Well, it's magic if you believe it to be magic. You know, a match to the Neanderthals was magic. But when you understand the technology, the structure, the means in which it happens, magic all of a sudden becomes a natural way of doing things. And so if you begin to understand how the law of attraction works, you know, I ask people often, do you know about the law of attraction? And people go, oh, yeah, I know. I've seen The Secret. I've listened to Abraham. I've read the books. I know about the law of attraction. But if you really, if you know about the law of attraction, you wouldn't be asking about the law of attraction, or you would be recognizing that how we move around is not in alignment with the law of attraction. In the case of manifesting, the law of attraction says very clearly in simple terms, it's so simple we don't understand it. What you put your attention on, I, the universe who adore you, will provide that for you. It's that simple. But if you look at how most of us walk around in the third dimensional reality, we are in motion. We move away from where the answer was given. We ask for something, and then we move away from it, and then we forget we even asked for it more often than not.
Exactly.
But the law of attraction is completely on your side. And so many of us say, well, if the law of attraction worked, why do I have this poverty? Why do I have these problems? Why do I have all these negative things? Because when you look at your belief system, you have more energy in I'm not going to receive than I am going to receive. But as far as
many of us working on that right now.
Yes, exactly. And the shift is very much on your side, because if you just let go of who you are not, you see, many people right now are losing their memories. And the reason you're losing your memory is, and I'll answer the manifestation question, I'm not moving away from it. The reason you're losing your memories is you can't take your baggage home with you on this journey home. You have to let go of who you are not. As the shift is moving through each of us, in my simplicity, there are two waves of light. One wave is clearing away everything that you are not. As the cup is being emptied, as who you are not is going away, the second wave is reconnecting the wires, bringing in more light, bringing in more knowledge, wisdom, information, and you are starting to remember yourself, rebuild, rewire yourself. But in each one of us, we hold arguments that we held in third grade, and we made real hard decisions. I'm never going to talk to one of those again. Well, as you grew up, you not only talked to one of those again, you wound up marrying one of those. But what about that thought in third grade? See, something people don't understand and is really important is thoughts just don't go poof into the air when you're done thinking. Every thought goes someplace. And I'll tell you where if you'd like in a minute. But every thought goes someplace. The heavier, uglier, denser thoughts go to a lower level of the fourth dimension, which is also your astral dream space. Lighter, happier, airier thoughts go to a different place in the higher aspect of the fourth dimension. But what happens is you can't take those ugly thoughts with you. Your judgment, your rudeness, your guilt, your blame. The universe knows this. And as this shift is designed, the shift is passing through you. So as you get happier, all of who you are not that's stored in the unconscious aspect of your systems, the shift is clearing a lot of that. And so have you noticed you're losing your memories? And people will, in a large group, I have 100, 200 people, and everybody will laugh, and 80% of the room now is raising their hand. Even the 10-year-olds, 14-year-olds, they're saying, yeah, I don't remember what I did, and this used to be really important to me. So who you are not is being stripped away to give you opportunity to begin to be who you are. Now the question is, how do you manifest? And manifesting requires attention. Before attention, it requires an intention. And so you create an intention, and you place your attention on your intention, and then you don't think about it in the future, you think about it in the present moment. Because you can never create in your future, nor can you change your past in your past. But if you can get into the present moment and be conscious in the present moment, not only can you create the future you desire, but you can completely rearrange the past that you believed happened to you.
Mm-hmm.
Your past is absolutely not a fixed thing. And if you and I went to your deepest, darkest secret, and I was to walk around that secret with you, the worst thing you ever did, and I walked around that with you, I guarantee you 100% that when we got back to the starting point, what you think happened did not happen.
Yep.
Now, was there aspects of it? Yes, I was in the room. Yes, I saw him raise his hand. Yes, I saw him hit the person. Did that happen? Yes, but did it happen the way you think it happened and for the reasons you believe it happened and the results afterwards? No. And it's amazing. What happens is, if you can hear that in simple terms and not argue with it, but hear the side of it that says it is not only possible, it is very simple to do, to rearrange your past in the present moment. It's not a lie. It's not a fantasy. It's actually rearranging what you think happened and do it in a completely different way. But the question is manifesting. And so you have an intention, you have an attention on your intention. My intention is to go to Hawaii in March. And so if I wait till March, most likely I forgot all about it, but when I get to March, are you capable of going there? Generally, no. So, but if I say, what do I need to do to go to Hawaii in March today, I can right now pick up the phone and call the travel agent, book the airline ticket, figure out if the dolphins are in the Kalakakua Bay to go swimming with in March. Do they even show up? Are the hotels going to be open in March? I can do an enormous amount of making my experience in the future occur by being in the present moment. Yep, there will be a future present moment called March, and in that moment you'll step on the plane.
Yep. Yeah, well, that's the whole thing. You know, what you're talking about is a lot of people, and I have a caller here, so I'm going to get to that in a second, but one of the things that I found back in I guess it was in the 70s, I was doing some meditation work.
Sure.
And there's a lot of things that happen in our first 2-3 years that we totally forget about, but affect us for the rest of our life.
Exactly.
And self-esteem was a problem with me. Well, I flash back in meditation on a situation. I was adopted, and it was like, you know, sometime in the middle of the night. I was about maybe 2-3 years old. And I saw, remember back in the 50s where they had those swinging doors?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I heard arguing, which wasn't unusual with my parents, and came downstairs, saw the light around the dining room door. Everything was muffled, but, you know, clearly very vocal. And so I walked up to the door and I pushed it open, and I heard my adopted father say, "What do I care? The bitch isn't mine anyway."
Right.
And, you know, obviously he was just doing it to hurt my mother. However, the advantage of coming back on it at a later date is I could smell the beer.
Yes, absolutely.
He was drunk. You know?
Yes.
So what was coming out of his mouth didn't matter.
Exactly.
And yet it influenced me most of my life.
Yes. If you believe it is true or you believe it is not, you're correct. And so for many of us, if you were to really go back and look at how you got here and what it is that got you here, you would find a series, in a very small series, of 4, 5, 6, maybe 10 2-second to 1-minute long events.
Mhm.
It's not the college education. It's the point that decided the college education.